In a display of raw power, the sky's apex predator claims an impossible prize.
In the high-stakes theater of the savannah, the giant eagle is the undisputed master of the vertical domain, watching every move from a mile above.
Falling at terminal velocity, it transforms into a feathered missile, harnessing gravity to deliver a devastating payload of kinetic energy.
Strike is a masterclass in physics. With a grip that can crush solid wood, this predator ensures the struggle is over in a fraction of a second.
With vision 8 times more powerful than a human's, it can detect the slightest tremor from miles away.
Harnessing the sun's energy, it rises effortlessly, surveying its kingdom with cold, calculated precision. Agility is its secret weapon, allowing this giant to navigate the most treacherous terrain with ease.
Maintenance is survival. Every feather must be perfectly aligned for the lethal speeds it is about to achieve.
Its mere presence is a signal of impending doom, clearing the path of any lesser competitors.
Those talons are capable of exerting thousands of pounds of pressure, designed to end a life in a single, crushing grip.
From the edge of the atmosphere, the hunt begins with a single, decisive tilt of the wings. Staying low to the ground, it uses the terrain to mask its approach, a silent shadow before the storm.
Incredible core strength allows for maneuvers that defy the laws of physics for a creature of this size.
Distractions are irrelevant. The apex predator is singular in its purpose. Every landing is a statement of dominance, a claim over the earth as much as the sky.
A display of pure power, its wingspan serves as both a tool of flight and a banner of authority.
Even in the dense thickets, there is no escape from the reach of the Sky King.
Precision and power, nature has forged a weapon that is as delicate as it is deadly. Reflexes honed over millennia allow it to react to threats and opportunities in the blink of an eye.
The hunt pauses, but the legend of the savannah's greatest aviator continues with every sunrise. Across the shimmering plains, a family of giants moves with a purpose dictated by the ancient rhythms of the wild.
Every wrinkle tells a story of survival, an armor forged by decades under the unforgiving sun. The ground trembles beneath their weight, a relentless force that reshapes the landscape with every step.
In this world of giants, the future of the herd is a vulnerable treasure, guarded by a wall of living muscle.
The trunk is a masterpiece of evolution, capable of uprooting trees or handling a single blade of grass with surgical precision.
When the elements turn hostile, the herd's bond becomes their ultimate shield. Mock battles serve as a rite of passage, honing the strength they will one day need to defend the family.
She carries the map of the savannah in her mind, remembering paths to water that have been forgotten by all others.
The search for life-giving water is a relentless trek through a landscape of bone and dust.
Nature's sunscreen, a thick layer of dust, protects their sensitive skin from the biting sun and parasitic insects.
Learning the art of survival is a process of trial and error.
After days of drought, the scent of moisture triggers an ancient joy. A moment of respite in a world that rarely offers one.
For the young, the watering hole is a playground. For the adults, it is a sanctuary.
Even the giants must bow to the intensity of the midday sun, seeking refuge in the shadows of giants even older than themselves.
No one is left behind. The strength of the many is focused on the survival of the one.
A shift in the wind carries a new message. a reminder that they are never truly alone.
As the light fades, the giants continue their journey, ever onward through the heart of the savannah. In the shadows of the savanna, the leopard is a ghost, invisible to all but the most keen-eyed prey.
For the herbivores, survival is a game of constant vigilance, where a single second of distraction can be fatal.
Gravity becomes a weapon as the leopard executes a strike from above. The fastest land animal on Earth relies on pure, explosive speed to bridge the gap between hunter and hunted. Combat here is visceral. Giraffes use their massive necks like sledgehammers to settle disputes of dominance.
Size is no measure of courage in the savannah. Some creatures are simply too stubborn to back down.
In the rivers, a prehistoric threat waits for the desperate to come for a drink. A ton of muscle and bone in motion, the rhino is a living fortress that commands immediate respect.
The masters of the grass rest during the heat, preparing for the cooling air of the hunt. A complex network of alarms keeps the ecosystem connected. When one speaks, all listen.
Failing to kill is common, but failing to land can mean a broken limb and a slow death.
Evolution has painted the savannah in patterns designed to confuse the predator's eye.
Maternal instinct is a universal law, turning even the humblest creature into a formidable warrior.
The savannah's air force sometimes hunts on foot, using precision strikes to neutralize danger.
A momentary lapse in the herd's defense creates a lethal opportunity.
Gravity becomes a force of destruction as the predator transforms into a living missile.
The collision is a masterclass in kinetic energy, delivering a blow equivalent to a high-speed vehicle.
A tactical retreat to regain altitude, the eagle prepares for a second, more decisive pass.
Tons of muscle and bone in a desperate sprint to close the distance. It is a game of psychological warfare. The predator probes the defenses of the giant. The trunk, a weapon of immense power, becomes a flail against the agile aviator. A daring feint to divide the protector's attention. Clashing with the strength of ancient ivory, the predator tests the limits of its own arsenal. Using the earth itself to mask the target, the matriarch fights for every advantage.
A momentary standoff. Two titans of the savannah, locking eyes in mutual respect and hatred.
Denied its prize, the hunter prepares for one final, desperate assault.
The cost of the kill has become too high. The Sky King retreats to fight another day. High above, a titan of the skies locks onto a solitary target.
Falling at terminal velocity, it transforms into a feathered missile, leveraging gravity for a devastating blow.
A wall of living fortress forms, a mother's protective rage echoing across the
A brutal, beautiful split second of survival. The strike is a masterclass in impact, bypassing the herd's massive but misdirected defense.
The king of the sky reclaims his domain with a tragic prize. In the end, the Sky King claims his tragic prize, receding from the scene of conflict. A familing's hope is
It's only a advent is complete.
A momentary lapse in the herd's descents creates a lethal opportunity.
Gravity becomes a force of destruction as the predator transforms into a living missile.
A mother's rage is the only force capable of challenging the Sky King.
A tactical retreat to regain altitude, the eagle prepares for a second, more decisive pass.
Tons of muscle and bone in a desperate sprint to close the distance. A daring feint to divide the protector's attention. Clashing with the strength of ancient ivory, the predator tests the limits of its own arsenal.
Using the earth itself to mask the target, the matriarch fights for every advantage.
Reinforcements arrive. The herd forms a wall of living fortress. A momentary standoff. Two titans of the savannah, locking eyes in mutual respect and hatred.
Denied its prize, the hunter prepares for one final, desperate assault.
A strike of pure power that could shatter bone, missing by a heartbeat. The cost of the kill has become too high. The Sky King retreats to fight another day. The difficult lift begins. A family's hope is a small, heavy weight. A struggle. As dawn breaks, the savannah resets, the day beginning with a promise of new life.
Life and death are woven into the very fabric of this world, a delicate balance that continues uninterrupted.
The immediate memory of danger fades, replaced by the essential need for sustenance. Vigilance is constant, but terror is fleeting. The rules of nature allow for moments of absolute peace. The kings of the grass rest, their bellies full, their territorial claims secure for now. Even in repose, power is palpable. A single glance from the master is enough to command respect. The solitary hunter reclaims its perch. A sentinel of the plains, it was ancient and unyielding. These living fortresses move with a deliberate power that commands all to give way.
Power is not always aggression. It can be found in silent strength and unflinching determination.
In numbers, there is safety, a collective defense that provides a shield for the vulnerable. Patience is rewarded with opportunity. The master of the river knows how to blend in.
The cleanup crew rests. Their role is essential, ensuring that nothing goes to waste.
For the scavengers, the future is secure. A successful hunt has provided for the family.
In this world, curiosity must be tempered with caution. To survive is to understand the rules from a young age.
In the end, the bloodline continues. The cycle goes on, uninterrupted, beautiful and brutal.